Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at Mary Ann Watson. She went missing in 1977 from Jim County, Idaho. She was only 27 years old at the time. So young. 5'7", 110 pounds. So she was young and very tiny. She was wearing a blue jean jacket with sheepskin lining, a t-shirt and jeans. She had brown hair and blue eyes. She may use the last name Roach. Watson was last seen in Jim County, Idaho, November 21st, 1977. She's never been heard from again. At the time of her disappearance, she was involved in a custody dispute over her two children, aged 8 and 6. They had been living with foster parents, Michael and Dorothy Rogers, and she had visitation. The Rogers, who also cared for 5 other children, changed the names of the children and had them refer to their mother as their aunt. She repeatedly tried to regain custody before she disappeared, but the Rogers wanted to adopt her children. The foster mother, Dorothy, is the last person known to have seen the children's mother before she went missing. So Dorothy Rogers was the last person to see Mary Ann Watson before she disappeared. So she said she saw her get in a car and drive away, but they don't believe that she got in a car and drove away. They don't think she ever left because her purse and her other belongings were later found in a vehicle at the Rogers home. So those people had her purse and everything. So if she had gotten in a car and drove away, she would have taken her purse. So she didn't. And they wanted to adopt her children, and she comes to visit them, and poof, she goes missing. In the aftermath, after she disappeared, her parents, the mother of the children, Leon and Lucille Baxter, fought for and got custody of the children. In their custody petition, they accused the Rogers of causing Watson to vanish. So Mary Ann, is that, yeah, so they believe that they killed Mary Ann. They don't think she just vanished. So in June 1978, Michael, the foster father, was charged with raping his 14-year-old adopted daughter. Him and his wife fled, and they took the woman who went missing, they took her children and 2 of their children with them. They were later located in Arkansas. They were arrested and the children were taken in protective custody. That man pled guilty to raping the daughter, and him and his wife got a divorce. But you know she was involved with the other woman disappearing and being dead because she said she got in a car and drove away. So there were allegations that they abused their other foster and adopted children. So authorities believe they may have been involved in Mary Ann's disappearance, but there's insufficient evidence to charge them. They probably buried her under the house or something. Curiously, their son Ramon, who was 17 in 1977, that's when she went missing. Their son Ramon, he was 17 in 1977. He grew up to become a serial killer. So they probably witnessed all kinds of crap. He was convicted of murdering 2 of his girlfriends and a former roommate in California in the 1990s. He murdered his roommate and 2 of his girlfriends. So, you know, he had to have some kind of a crappy life. You got to see the woman went missing at their house and the purse was there, and then that man was raping his adopted daughter. Anyway, so Raymond, their son, ended up being sentenced to death. After his arrest, police tried to link Raymond to Mary Ann's disappearance and dug up his former home in Idaho, but they could not prove he was involved. Until the California murders were discovered, he had never been a suspect. Watson case remains unsolved. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. They believe she was taken against her will, so they don't know what those people did to her, but it's been since 1977, so maybe they'll find her body and maybe they'll have closure and find out what happened to her. But all these years, that's crazy. Trying to get her children back. So the people that had her children were literally monsters. They took her children and put them in the home of monsters. Isn't that crazy and scary? I don't know why they took the children away from her and she was trying to get them back, but look at the people that they put them with. And I've heard that this woman told me in California one time, she said, oh, or maybe it was not in California. This woman told me one time that she had seen people take kids out of perfectly good homes all the time and put them in perfectly bad homes. And she had seen it all the time. It's just something they did. And she was basically threatening me, letting me know I could lose my children, them being in a perfectly good home, and they could end up in a perfectly bad home. But, wow, that's a terrible home. Anyway, that's crazy. So she's 5'7" and 110 pounds. So I don't know if they'll ever find her remains or what they did with her body, but wow. Anyway, don't forget to pray for her family and her loved ones because how horrifying. Here she is fighting to get her children back, and they're in a really bad place, and then they end up growing up without a mom that actually loves them. So not everybody has a mom that loves them. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.